It was made in Harper's Ferry, stamped on here. That's about all I know.
Okay.
This tells about the battles he was in. He was wounded in Fredericksburg.
It's set up for the current phone that just plug it into a modular jack. From what I can tell, if you look at the phone card here.
It's been over the fireplace for years. The drama kicks off when a man strolls in with an actual Civil War rifle passed down from his great-great-great-great-great-granddad. Casual. He says he wants to trade it for a motorcycle and thinks it's worth over $5,000, but Rick has questions. Did you ever check if it's loaded? Long pause. No.
Hey, what can I help you with?
Hi, I brought in this rifle. The 5th generation grandfather of mine fought for the North.
Pretty cool that you have a personal connection to it.
It's loaded? Back away slowly. Rick checks the rifle and nearly jumps. Yep, it's still loaded. That thing could technically still fire. Just imagine hanging a loaded gun over your fireplace for decades. Rick calls in an antique arms expert before he even thinks about touching that trigger again. Drama and danger? We're in.
Muzzle-loading rifles like this were the most common weapon used in this, but having some personal history attached to it, really, on Civil War collectors, a story behind the piece.
The rifle gets a deep dive and a value bomb. Rick's weapons expert shows up and confirms it's from 1854, and yes, it's truly loaded. Even cooler, it's got initials on the butt and paperwork linking it to the seller's ancestor, Amos Hall. With that provenance, value shoots up to $2,000, $3,000. Jackpot? Not quite.
Earlier, a guy brought in a Civil War rifle carried by one of his aunts. But the scary thing is, it's loaded. So I asked my buddy Sean to come take a look.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, Sean, what's up?
You need to be careful, Sean, because this gun is loaded.
It's worth more than that to me. No deal. Rick offers one $400, max $2,500. The customer refuses. I wouldn't take less than $3,000. Rick tries again. Nothing. The guy leaves with the rifle, and Rick's disappointed sigh is heard round the pawn world. The gun's going back on the fireplace and still loaded. Spartans don't pay student loans.
Thanks, Sean.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
When the expert said it was worth $2,000 to $3,000, I was kind of surprised and disappointed. More than that to me.
Meanwhile, a guy enters wearing Halo armor, like full movie-quality Master Chief cosplay, and he's dead serious about selling it to pay off student loans. Chum's eyes light up. The seller made the whole thing himself with 700+ hours of work and wants $2,000 minimum. Corey hits back with $100. Cue the heartbreak. The most I can do is $200. Corey, ruthless mode.
We have a Halo replica suit from the video game Halo.
Sweet. Got
the MB-85 assault rifle from the video game. Got the fully wearable suit.
The guy pleads. This suit is wearable, electronic, fully detailed. But Corey doesn't budge. The best I can do is $200. The seller declines and walks out dejected. Corey shrugs, totally unfazed. Savage. Honestly, respect. But also, ouch.
$100.
$100 is better. I don't know.
I can see it if we had more of a range of people I could sell it to, but it's built and molded for your body.
Next up, a guy brings in rare pawn-themed movie posters, and he's selling them to buy his wife a new wedding ring after losing the original. That's desperation and romance. Rick's impressed, especially with one titled Pawn Shop Politics. But then Rick falls in love with the posters. Bad news for the guy.
Hey, what do you got here?
The biggest collection of pawn shop movie posters you'll ever see. All of them one of a kind.
Pawn shop movies.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Make a movie about us, Rick.
No one's gonna want to see us.
Rick wants to keep them all. Negotiation chaos ensues. The seller wants $2,000 for all 4 posters. Rick lowballs him with $1,000. Seller offers a compromise at $2,600. They eventually settle at $1,500, and Rick is giddy like a kid at a swap meet. They're gonna look amazing in the store, he beams. But this poster drama
Was 3 balls hanging out front.
yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
you've got the logo.
So what do you want to do? Pawn or sell them?
I think I'll sell them.
Okay. The question is, how much you want for them?
Well,
It's far from over. Poster flipping madness. Corey makes his move. Corey heads to the framer with the posters and ends up making his own deal. He trades one poster for $1,500 worth of free framing. Genius move. Or betrayal. The framer is thrilled. Corey is smug. But oh man, Rick is about to explode.
Bought some old movie posters. And since he's too lazy to go get them framed himself, he's sending me in. What's up, man?
Corey, how you doing?
Posters for you.
Sounds good.
Rick finally sees the posters and immediately asks, "Where's the 4th one?" Corey admits he traded it away. Rick's jaw drops. "If I wanted to sell them, I would have done it myself. The tension is so thick, you could slice it with a pawn ticket." Poster redemption arc.
In exchange for a poster my dad just bought. I just picked them up and they look awesome.
He's like, nice, guys. The other one, Pawn Shop Politics.
I'm not to do it.
No, you're gonna like this.
Somehow, Corey actually gets the poster back, probably with some groveling. Rick is thrilled. This is what makes the shop special. Then, just as peace is restored, the old man strolls in and says he sold it again for $1,500 cash. Rick's face, pure betrayal.
175 will probably be my lowest I can go. 100 is definitely what I'm looking for.
Where in the world did you get these?
I was going through my grandfather's and found this in one of his sea bags.
Okay.
Rick's stunned, Corey's smirking, and the old man doubles down. $1,500 is better than a damn poster. I'd sell Chumley if I had the chance. End scene. Zero regrets. This shop may be about history, but the family feud is forever.
All right, 150 it is.
All right, do some paperwork. I'll meet you right up front.
All right.
This guy didn't seem to be too happy with my offer, but you know what? He could walk away at any time.
Cut to a customer pushing in what looks like rusty junk metal, but turns out to be a 1950s atomic missile pedal car. Seriously, Rick and Corey are skeptical, especially since the thing looks like it survived a real missile strike. But Rick sees potential. If I can get it under $1,000, it's worth restoring. The wife hates it. Rick buys it anyway.
What in the world do we have here?
This is a mid-1950s Murray pedal car. Father, that looks like a big pile of rust right now, but
Okay, there's a whole lot of...
The seller says his wife banned it from the house, so here it is. He asks for $1,500. Rick offers $500. The guy laughs. They finally meet at $1,000, and the seller walks away thrilled and probably ready to tell his wife, "See, I told you!" The rust bucket scores big.
There's rust on this thing like I've never. Is it even repairable? Of course, anything.
You can do anything with the right amount of money.
A customer brings in a dusty chest filled with puppets and a ventriloquist dummy named Buffalo Ben, claiming the guy performed in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. Rick's intrigued but skeptical, especially when the puppet talks. The owner wants $5,000, mostly because his wife finds the dolls too creepy. Honestly, can't blame her.
I've got a old chest here, Buffalo Ben. He was in the Buffalo Bill Wild West show.
Okay.
Rick digs into the box and finds Punch and Judy puppets and a very suspect backstory. He's totally confused. Is this Buffalo Bill's cousin? Who even is this guy? He jokes. Rick's officially baffled. Time to bring in backup from the Wild West Museum. You can almost smell the drama coming.
He had an amazing show. I mean, he toured all over the United States. He toured all over Europe. He performed for kings and queens.
Buffalo Ben, exposed! Rick's expert arrives and confirms the worst. Buffalo Ben was a fraud. Not only was he not part of Buffalo Bill's show, he literally hijacked the name. One of the photos is even a Lakota chief, not Ben. He was a legend in his own mind, the expert declares. Mic drop.
Earlier, a guy brought in a collection of puppets and other stuff that supposedly belonged to a guy named Buffalo Ben. I've never heard of him, so I asked my friend Steve to check it out for me.
Buffalo Ben's puppets, still worth cash? Despite the epic fake-out, Rick sees potential in the puppets themselves. He calls in Johnny, a toy expert, who lights up over the early 1900s Punch and Judy figures and a Charles Mack ventriloquist doll. The verdict? $5,000 for the whole creepy collection. Talk about a twist.
The photograph that shows him, theoretically, with the show, is somebody totally different.
Rick lowballs the puppet master. Rick shoots a hard $3,000 offer. The seller tries to negotiate with the decorative chest as bonus value, but Rick ain't buying it. Literally, they dance a little, and Rick finally bumps up to $3,200. I take all the risk, you walk away happy, he says with a smile. Deal done.
For the guys, I would just sign, you know, have a nice summer, nice to know you. For the girls, I would just leave my number.
Okay. Came down to the pawn shop today to try and sell my Reagan yearbook and signed letter I got.
The phone booth from Superman? Almost. Meanwhile, Rick checks out a vintage 1970s phone booth the customer says looks straight out of Superman. It even comes with a cape. The guy wants $200, but Rick says, "This thing's huge. It's gonna collect dust in my shop." Spoiler, the negotiation ends faster than a dropped call.
The old man loves stuff like this, so I brought him along to check it out. So this is it.
Yeah, this is my 50s, 60s era phone booth.
It does look like it's out of a Superman movie.
Oh, that's why.
Phone booth deal dropped, like a bad signal. Rick offers a one-time only $600, take it or leave it. The guy walks. "I'll slap myself if you sell it to me," Rick jokes, already knowing the answer. Missed connection alert.
I mean, it's really cool. The problem is, I believe it's 1970s. I mean,
Really?
Because they got the 411 and 611 on there. Because remember, it used to be 555-1212, and then they shortened it to 411.
You're right.
Railroad lamps and brothel history? A guy shows up with vintage railroad lamps, and Rick gives an unfiltered history lesson. Turns out red lights marked where train workers were getting their extracurriculars. Corey jokes about running glass, and Rick promptly nerds out to correct him. Tension level? Passive-aggressive eye rolls.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, guys.
Railroad lamps. They used to steal these and hang them in front of the whorehouses.
Wonder where my grandpa got a hold of that.
$700 lamps? Try $520 and a history lesson. Seller wants $700. Corey works it down to $520 with old school charm and slight bullying. My nagging wife told me to clean the garage, the seller admits. Classic. And honestly, solid score for some brothel-linked railroad lights.
It was hand-blown glass. That's why you'll see the bubbles.
I thought you just said it didn't run.
When they make it, it runs. Glass is solid, it doesn't run.
Well, I've had 10 people tell me that glass runs and one person tell me
they
it
don't know what
doesn't.
they're talking about then.
Reagan's yearbook makes its entrance. Next, a guy brings in Ronald Reagan's senior yearbook and a signed letter. Corey's instantly into it. Reagan was president of everything, in plays, on the football team, and even had his name spelled wrong in the book. Donald Reagan, Corey snorts. Classic yearbook fail.
Here's like a high school play that Reagan was a part of. Here he is on the football team. I mean, you can't deny the guy was definitely an overachiever. When you think of all the things Ronald Reagan accomplished in his life, being an actor,
Letter from the Gipper. The letter's on personal stationery, apologizing for missing a charity event. Reagan even references the seller's grandma, who pretended to drown so Ronnie would save her at the beach. Grandma knew how to get a guy's attention. Corey jokes, you can't make this up.
Grandma knew how to get a guy's attention.
That's right.
my dad is a huge Ronald Reagan fan, and we've sold a ton of Reagan memorabilia. Both the book and the letter look legit. I just gotta know how to price them.
Authentic Reagan? Expert says yes. Corey brings in an autograph expert who confirms it's 100% real. The capital R's, the tilted D's. It's all there, he explains. Retail value? Between $2,500 and $3,000 if framed nicely. Seller's beaming. Corey's wheels start turning. Time to haggle.
Along with a letter signed by Ronald Reagan. It looks right, but you never really know, so I called my buddy Drew to come down and take a look.
All right, got a couple things for you to look at.
Yeah, you were talking about Reagan pieces, huh? The guys usually call me when they have questions with regard to autographs.
Corey's classic lowball. The seller wants $2,500. Corey offers $1,800. They go back and forth before Corey lands it at $2,000. I gotta frame it, bundle it, and hope someone buys it, he explains. Seller takes the deal. Grandma would be proud.
This is beautiful. This is 100% authentic.
Great. I was glad to hear that it was real. It's pretty cool having something that's signed by Reagan, but it's time to sell it, get some money.
Final scene, Roman calculator and savage insults. To close it out, Chumley presents a Roman Empire calculator, basically just sticks, and says he'd pay 25 cents. The crew starts roasting each other. Chumley gets called a woman. Rick gets called an elf. Zero sales, maximum sass.
This is all gonna have to go together in one piece, and it's gonna have to be in a way that I can present it and sell it to somebody.
2,100. I mean, where else are you gonna get another one? Your yearbook, signed letter, personalized.
Well, if it was personalized to me, it'd be worth something, but
Nuclear secrets and Grandpa's lighter? A man enters holding a vintage military lighter and a scrapbook filled with atomic bomb propaganda photos from the 1950s. He claims his grandpa helped write Ben-Hur and made nuke propaganda films. Rick's eyes light up faster than a mushroom cloud. The customer won't sell the photos, but the lighter? That's fair game.
Hey, how's it going? What do we got here?
I've got my grandfather's mill. In conjunction with that, I have this great scrapbook and top secrets, your propaganda films for the U.S. government.
Rick shoots his shot. Lowball level 100. Rick throws out a $500 offer for the scrapbook and lighter, but the seller clutches the family album like it's classified. He offers just the lighter and ID badge instead. Rick sees an opening. All right, let's negotiate. Translation: time to lowball. He lands the deal at $60 and walks away feeling like he just stole Cold War history.
All the military branches.
Yeah, everyone wanted their name because that way they would get more money for their agency. Got together, created a joint task force, blow up.
And that's exactly what they did.
Happy trails to Roy Rogers' shirt. Next up, a man brings in a frame shirt supposedly worn by Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys. The guy's hoping for $2,000 minimum. Rick likes the piece, but doesn't love the lack of proof that Roy ever wore it in a film. No movie match? Product? No big bucks. You can feel the guy's hope unraveling like a cowboy lasso.
What do we got here?
I have Roy Rogers' shirt, King of the Cowboys.
Okay.
Back in the 30s, he got $400 a movie. That was big money back then.
Why didn't you do that?
Classic Rick haggle from 3K to 1.1K. The negotiation kicks off awkwardly. Seller says $3,000. Rick counters with $1,000 flat. They dance back and forth like a standoff at high noon before agreeing on $150. Not quite the trailblazing payday the seller wanted, but hey, happy trails, right?
Action figures, you name it. Could display them at his museum. Not do that to me.
Did you get it framed yourself?
We had somebody else do it for us.
Star Trek nerd liquidates his life for love. Enter a Trekkie with a massive Star Trek collection. Signed figures, rare ornaments, the works. He's selling it all to pay for his wedding. Corey gives him grief. You're so uncool. You collect Star Wars and drive a Prius. The guy smiles, but you can feel his soul dying inside.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, man, what's up? Got some stuff in my car that you might want to see. It's
How much?
a lot.
All right, I'll tell you what, lot in the back. I'll have my guy open it up for you. Just bring the whole car around there.
Signed Spock, Kirk and Klingons galore. The collection is legit, autographed Leonard Nimoy, William Shatner, and Mego figures from the 70s. Corey admits it's impressive, but he's not writing a check just yet. He calls in Johnny the toy expert. This dude once had breakfast with Klingons. You can't make this up.
Doors.
It's a good show, man. I mean, like, the original series had all that gen came out and just blew everything out of the way.
This stuff is really collectible.
Have you ever bought one from a Cleon?
Star Trek started almost 50 years ago, and the series was groundbreaking.
9K of value, but it's time to grow up. Johnny confirms it. The collection's worth 8K, 9K tops. Corey offers $4,000, triggering a Trekkie-level panic. I've got a wedding to pay for. The seller protests. Corey shrugs. That's not my issue. Stone cold, even for the Federation.
Earlier, our guy brought in a whole Prius load of Star Trek memorabilia. So I asked my buddy Johnny to come down and tell me.
I own Toy Shack. We specialize in Hot Wheels and vintage toys. This is freaking awesome.
$6,100 and zero store credit? The seller begs for store credit. Corey laughs. Nope. They settle at $6,100, no extras. As the guy shakes Corey's hand, he mutters, "My youth just got sold." Savage. No Vulcan logic could have prepared him for that burn.
So, Johnny, what do you think these are worth, man?
The pieces, being that a lot of the pieces are signed, I would put a price in this collection between $8,000 to $9,000 for everything here.
The Cannon Mystery, Magnum PI meets Boomtown. Rick, Corey, and the crew hit the shooting range to check out a massive antique signal cannon allegedly featured on Magnum PI. The seller claims it's worth $50K and wants to fire it before naming a price. Rick's all in. Let's shoot this bad boy.
So I'm taking Corey, Chum, and my buddy. She's cool. What do we got here?
Cannon that Higgins used.
Magnum PI.
Really, dude?
Cadillac of cannons gets inspected. Rick's expert confirms it's a strong manufacturing cannon. Super rare and extremely collectible. He estimates 20K, 40K at auction, and if two rich dudes want it, it could hit 80K or 100K. The seller's smirk says it all. He knows he's got a monster on wheels.
This big because how many 200-foot yachts were there back then? Not a whole lot.
All right, so how did you get this thing?
I picked it up from another friend of mine.
Boom goes the cannon. Everyone braces as the cannon is loaded and fired. K-boom! It echoes like war just broke out. Rick is absolutely giddy. Unbelievable how loud that was. Even Corey's impressed. But now, it's deal time, and the cannon drama is about to pop off harder than the blast.
Straights at being fired. Pretty good sales tactic on his, which I have no problem. Love my job sometimes.
Okay, guys, fire this thing.
Let's do it.
From 60K to 15K to no deal. The seller asks for 60K. Rick laughs and counters at 12K, then nudges to 15K. Seller won't budge below 35K. Standoff. No happy ending here, just mutual disappointment and one loud goodbye. Rick calls it, "We're not gonna make a deal." Cue the cannon smoke.
Wow. Nice.
Unbelievable how loud this thing is. I won. Nice, that was really cool, but let's talk some money. How much you want for it?
Can we start at 60,000?
You can start anywhere you want.
Cannon envy and pizza revenge. Back at the shop, the old man's furious. He wasn't invited to fire the cannon. "I love cannons," he barks. In classic grumpy grandpa fashion, he brings pizza, but not enough for everyone. Corey begs for a slice. "Tough," the old man growls. Pettiness level, maximum.
You know, it's cool, dude, but I mean, we're just not gonna be able to make a deal.
That's all right.
Okay, thanks for showing it to me. Thanks for shooting it.
That was awesome.
Lincoln's tomb. In her living room, Rick is shook when a woman strolls in claiming she owns a slab of marble from Abraham Lincoln's actual tomb. Like, the Lincoln. Rick's first words? Did you steal it? Classic. Turns out her mom got it from an estate sale. Still sounds shady.
It's a piece of marble.
Okay.
I believe came from Abraham Lincoln's tomb.
Abraham Lincoln's tomb, the president. Are you kidding me?
No.
Rick calls in a Lincoln expert. It gets weird. Rick brings in his history buddy, who confirms the tomb was rebuilt in 1930-31, and the timeline does match the slab's note. Even the custodian and recipient check out. Who would fake this? The expert says. Honestly, people pawn weirder, but yes, it's real.
I told my mom, she says, you can keep it.
He's arguably the greatest president we've ever had. First president ever to be assassinated. Weird history with Lincoln's body. A whole book could be written about it.
Tucson 3 Mai. $25,000. This isn't his top hat. Then she drops the bomb. She wants $25,000. Rick's jaw hits the floor. That's insanity, he says. Corey jumps in. It's not even something Lincoln touched. Harsh, but fair. Rick offers $1,000. She walks. Rick's stunned but unbothered.
Anything from Lincoln is collectible piece from his tomb. Let's just say this is something that would get people in the door and get them talking.
Hi, how are you? Got this Charlie Chaplin Wind Up doll.
Chaplin Wind Up doll or silent assassin? Next up, a guy brings in a creepy Charlie Chaplin Wind Up toy. He's worried someone will steal it, so he wants to pawn it fast. The old man is delighted. It still works. Chumlee gets too excited and nearly breaks it. You just know this won't be a quiet deal.
He was a pioneer as far as and comedy. Charlie Chaplin was also a director and the founder of United Artists.
Toy expert Johnny drops Wind Up wisdom. Johnny confirms it's a rare German Chuko doll, nearly 100 years old, and it's worth up to $2,100 if it works. Spoiler, it does. The seller lights up. The old man already planning his lowball move.
Earlier, I got a call from a guy who says he's got a sweet muscle car for sale. Corey are on our way to go check it out.
My mom's car. We've had it since it was new.
So your mom drove around in this?
From $1,000 to $250 to 4 deals later, the old man offers a brutal $250. The seller looks like he's about to faint. They go back and forth like toddlers fighting over a crayon. Eventually land at $450, which is honestly a win considering where it started. Seller: they tried to rob me. You're not wrong, man.
Okay.
Damn, you got a lot of chrome under there.
Yeah, I've got everything chromed that can be. Some bolts, some small pieces to cast.
Whoever did it right.
Muscle Car Showdown Impala Edition. Rick and Corey hit the road to inspect a 1970 Chevy Impala. The car's owner is old school, says chicks still dig it. Corey's first comment: the interior is shot. The guy handles it well. Until Corey starts roasting the electrical tape. Shots fired.
Really, for like $10,000, I can get a convertible with a 400 and pretty deep.
Even pulling back the $5,000 offer, I'm gonna offer you $4,000.
I can accept your offer, gracious as it is.
From $21K to an insulting $4K. Seller wants $21,000. Rick and Corey laugh like they just heard a dad joke. They offer $4,000, less than the rims are worth. The seller claps back. You're not thieves, but you're low. Iconic. Deal falls apart, but the sass is forever.
It's definitely a weapon.
How would you know that?
I came down to the pawn shop today to try and sell my uncle's old sword. This sword is really unique, and I think I'll be walking out with a lot of money.
The oddest sword Rick's ever seen. A guy walks in with a jagged, horrifying sword. Rick stares at it like it just insulted his mother. Lines for blood to drip down? He asks. What's going on in your head? Honestly, same question. It's primitive, brutal, and baffling. Rick brings in a blade expert.
It's definitely old. Maybe a weapon. I mean, we have an edge right here, using the thicker metal like a knife.
Not really sure why there's all the grooved in there.
That's probably decoration.
Decapitation blade from the Congo? The expert says it's from Congo, used for intimidation and actual decapitations. A chieftain carried it around to freak people out. Well, it worked, Rick mutters. Age checks out, mid-1800s. Estimated value, $300–400. Rick is disappointed but still amused.
Whole artifact that they're not quite
quite sure about?
We have supposedly a piece of marble from Lincoln's tomb.
Okay, Lincoln Monument in Springfield.
Decapitation negotiation begins. The seller wants $400. Rick sticks to his lane and counters at $200. After a tense back and forth that includes a $250 haggling move, they settle on $225s. Not bad for a conversation piece with a body count.
Was the custodian of the Lincoln Monument. The date is correct. He was still there in September of 1948. If somebody was faking this, to work on it to get these little details correct.
Weird Al's butt calendar plus rare book. Finally, a guy walks in with a rare Weird Al Yankovic book, which includes, no joke, a Buns of Al calendar. Rick's already howling. The book's out of print since the 80s and has collector buzz. But the condition, not pristine, and Rick's ready to pick it apart.
Okay, it's not something that Lincoln used on a daily basis or touched or dealt with or anything like that, and it's not going to be a quick sell. Yeah, $1,000 would be it.
From free gift to $425 payday, the seller got the book for free but wants $700. Rick offers $400. After some banter and Chumley reminding him it was a freebie, they close at $425s. Seller's a little salty, but also walking out with over $400 for a calendar full of parody poses. Legendary.
Anything like it? Yeah, this is a pretty cool piece. Looks like a Schuko Wind Up.
Oh, the brand?
Well, it's a German company. They made a lot of wind-up toys. Earlier version has the tin face.
Killer Charlie returns for revenge. In the end, Chumley hands Charlie Chaplin's wind-up doll a sword and screams as it attacks. The old man watches with deadpan glee. "Kill him, Charlie. You'd be doing me a favor." Honestly, best closing line ever.
Maybe $1,000, $1,100.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Johnny.
Sold seeing the toys from the 20s and 30s. Working order is a pretty neat piece.
How much do you want for